Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Moody Pages. I'm Chanel, your fellow mood reader. I am making another TBR video. Have I posted what I actually read every time I make one of these TBR videos? Absolutely not. So hopefully I actually make one for June. What I read in June, I do have some of the books over there, so I do hope to film eventually. However, let's go into what I hope to read in July. I feel like it could be a promising month. I am on vacation during this time and long flights. So I'm hopeful that we get through some of these books. I am debating on which book to read first on my flight. I think I'm going to try and read Gold. It is chunky, however the text is like massive. To me it's pretty massive, and then even on Kindle I feel like the text is still big regardless of how I have it set up font size. And apologies if you can hear the little puppers walking around. So anyways, I'm debating on reading Gold or starting Book of Sin. My friend Sally on TikTok, and I mean everywhere on social media, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, she has been absolutely loving this book, and I've mentioned in another video I got to meet the author and get this book signed. So I really want to put this, you know, kind of at the front of my TBR because it does sound really good. My friend was describing it as a shadow mommy. She compared, if you like Diana from the Book of Azrael, you're gonna like this main female character. Listen, I love me some Diana, so this definitely bumped its way up there. And she said this has dragons, so another win for me. Shadow mommy and dragons. Another book that I plan on reading on my trip is A Curse Carved in Bone. Now this is going to be a big hopeful, and I have to really time this right. I'm hoping that I can read this on maybe one of my the train rides to Scotland or in between. We're going to Edinburgh and Glasgow, so maybe I can read between like the train rides. I don't know, but this book I need and want to read while I am in Scotland. I just feel like that's the perfect Viking setting. I can just imagine it in my mind, and I'm so excited. I did bite the bullet and I bought the Kindle version. That's some money that I did not want to spend on an ebook, but I'm doing it for the vibes. Another book that I really want to read, and again I'm hoping that I actually can get to it, is Realm of Thieves by Karina Halley. This is about dragon egg traders and they're thieves. It's a romantasy. I feel like this has so many like boxes that are checking off that I didn't know I wanted. I just said that weird. That I didn't know I wanted. Like, what? Tell me more about dragon egg trading. What does that entail? What are the risks? Do you have to steal it from a dragon? That sounds scary. So there's a lot of unknown here that I want to find out about. This might be the one physical book that I actually bring. If I do bring one, this may be it. Okay, the next book is going to be audio. There's no way I'm going to physically read this book. It is Hellfire, and I know I kind of showed the cover of the book in my book haul, but this book is stunning. And then I got the email from the Bookish Box to pre-order the second book. I don't know if I want to pre-order the second book because I haven't read this. Has that stopped me before? No, but I'm trying to be a little bit more responsible with my money, and I really should read this first. So I am going to be reading that soon. Like, I will actually probably start June 30th, and there's no way that I'm going to be finishing the audiobook in one day. considering I have work. I will not be finishing. So I'm probably going to start then and see how it goes. I hope I like it where I continue and I don't want to DNF. But also, I just realized that this has I see it here. I literally just tried to get this to focus within the past minute or so. That's embarrassing, and I'm definitely editing that out. But it says she'd burn with him and she'd enjoy it. Like, and the edges, like, you're telling me I'm not gonna like it? No, no one's saying that. I'm just scared that I'm not gonna like it, okay? I'm just like terrified. I get really nervous when there's books that I'm just really anticipating on reading and they end up falling flat because I just have this high hopes for them. Like, I build it up in my head and it ends up being a letdown. So I need to really tone that back. So I am doing some traveling books with some friends, and this one is just, the one I'm about to show you is just with one friend, and we were like, how come we haven't annotated each other's books before? We love talking and reading the same books, and we haven't annotated each other's books? How weird. We decided to start off with a dark romance, and that is Twisted Heathens by J. Rose. I am on J. Rose's ARC team now, and I'm so excited. I've only read one other book by her, which is Fractured Future, and I am in love. I am hooked on her writing style, and something that I did notice is it's interconnected some other books that she has written, which being one of these, and I made the connection through the names, and it kind of did briefly give a little bit of a background. I was like, oh my gosh, that's from this book. And then my friend was like, oh, I have this book on my Kindle. And I was like, oh my gosh, wait, that's a security company that they were talking about in Fractured Future. So it's kind of cool to see, you know, like the universe kind of come together for the books. And I believe this might be the first book of the whole series. Not series, but like, I don't know, the J. Rose universe. I don't know. So anyways, what is this about? This is called... What is this about? This is Twisted Heathens. This is a dark romance at a insane asylum. Like, that's kind of how it was portrayed to me. I'm reading the back of it right now, and it just makes me even more excited. Welcome to Blackwood Institute, where bad girls come to die. This is first person point of view, because even the back starts going into first person description. Murder, unhinged, remorseless, insane. I have been called it all while rotting away in a maximum security psych ward, imprisoned for my crimes. When I'm given a chance to escape this hell, it's an offer I can't refuse. I'm transferred to Blackwood Institute Purgatory for the dangerous and disturbed. The deal is simple. Complete the 3-year experimental program and you're free to leave. And then it does give a little bit more, description, but I'm gonna leave it at that. It is a why I choose. It lists off who she's going to be with, I think. The next traveling book that I am going to be reading is The Iron King. I have not heard of this book, and apparently it's actually like a multi-book series so far. I don't even know if it's finished, but I heard that it is very lengthy of a novel. And I think that this is YA because it says in less than 24 hours I'll be 16. So it better be YA, right? I know nothing about this other than one friend gave it 3 stars. The other one, did she DNF? I don't know. She didn't put a star rating. Oh no. But anyways, they have it tabbed up. They have this tabbed up, and I am interested to see. I kind of like YA fantasy novels. I think that they provide a lot more angst and tension building when it comes to the romance aspect of it, because the authors really shouldn't be going into any level of spice. So I think that they rely heavily on the character building and the relationship that they build. And that is one of my favorite aspects about fantasy romance novels, is seeing the relationship develop. And the banter and the angst and the tension that comes in the YA novels is just like a level that can't compete with some of these not regular, but adult fantasy romance novels. So I am very excited to read it. All right, that is me rambling about the books I'm gonna read. Hopefully, yes, I'm gonna keep that positivity. The books I'm going to read. Maybe. Have you read any of these books? I am anxious to know your thoughts, and let me know which one you think I will not like. Let's throw it out there. Am I actually gonna hate one of the books that I have here on my TBR? And which one am I gonna love the most? We can play, let's, in the comments, what are we feeling? All right, guys, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.